What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic, interesting, informative video for all of my fellow travelers who have yet to visit the Philippines, or people who have yet to get an idea or a grasp of what the Philippines is all about. And in this particular video, before I get started, make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe, definitely check out the ebooks, definitely check out the Patreon, become a Patreon member of the masterclass, join us over there as we start talking about some really interesting things to help prepare you for your move abroad, and also the other Patreon, which gives you a little sneak peek behind the curtain of what the good doc has going on as he puts topics and videos up that he doesn't necessarily believe are YouTube ready. Okay, now back to what I was talking about. The Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, the Philippines, we already know it, is basically air quoted as a third world country. Let me say that one more time. The Philippines is known to many people around the world as a third world country, but I can tell you this from experience. I can tell you this from everything that I've seen in the different places that I've been in country, that the malls, MALLS, the malls in this country can rival any mall in any place in the world. Many of you guys know that the good doc is from the great state of North Kakalaki, North Carolina, for those that aren't familiar with that lingo. And in my particular small town, we have one mall, okay? One mall, it's a decent mall, but it's one story, no two-story mall. It's just a flat landscape, and many of the stores and stalls are closing in this mall as we speak. But when you come to the Philippines, air quoted as a third world country, you're probably not expecting to see grand fucking malls in a country that is quoted as a third world country. But let us not forget that let us not forget that the Philippines host one of the biggest malls in the world, aka the Mall of Asia. And I say it's one of the biggest because I think China has a bigger mall now. I'm not sure, but SM Mall of Asia, aka SM MOA, is one of the biggest malls in Asia. So you have to understand that this is a decent thing, or a repetitive thing, I should say, that comes with dealing with, the Philippines, and dealing with, grand scale buildings of such a stature. And you can go to Davao, Cebu, Manila, more specifically. All of these places has at least one grand mall. In Davao City, there's at least 3 that I know of. SM Lanang, which you see in this video that I made for you guys. SM Mall of Davao, Lanang, sorry. Then you also have a Brisa Mall. It's a pretty upscale type mall. It's not really big, but it's big enough. And then you also have SM Davao, and then you have Gazano Mall and other malls like that. In Manila, oh my God, you got too many malls to mention. SM Mega Mall, all of the SMs you could come across, most of them are pretty much, big malls and stuff like that. So it throws me off to believe that people come to the Philippines thinking, Philippines, third world country, they're probably going to have one shoebox flea market looking mall, and that's about it. Not the case. You may come across a couple of those small, like, flea market outdoor type setups, something you'll find in like Glorietta. Not Glorietta, is that the place? What do people do the videos on? I forgot. That little outdoor green belt or some shit, where you have the outdoor ukay and stuff like that. You have some setups like that, but the Philippines, in my personal opinion, aside from beautiful women, aside from cheap living, Philippines is known for its malls. Like, I think the malls are highly underrated in the Philippines. I shit you not. The malls in the Philippines are highly underrated. They do not get the respect that they deserve. And how many of them there are in certain areas is mind-blowing. It is baffling to an extent that you cannot fathom. Even in the smallest areas, they can have 2 or 3 malls. 2 or 3 decent-sized malls in even the smallest areas. Tagum, Davao del Norte. You guys may not be familiar with it. Some of us are. 45-minute ride from Davao City. They have 3 malls in that little stretch of road that they call a city. They got their own Robinson's Mall, which is a very big mall. It's relatively new. Then you have, what do we got? We got their own Gaisano Mall and then their NCC Mall. Those malls are just okay. But the fact that you have this big ass mall in this small ass area, it goes to show you that this is nothing to play with, ladies and gentlemen. The malls in the Philippines are highly underrated. And when you come here, you're pretty much going to find yourself going to these malls on a probably daily basis, you know, vacation or not, living here. You're going to find yourself to these malls one way or another. So enjoy it. Enjoy the structure of it. If you're an engineer, architect, you know, just enjoy and respect. Put some respect on the Philippines name when it comes to their malls, all right? Just wanted to put this quick video together. Let you guys know the malls in the Philippines are highly underrated. Highly, highly underrated. Just because a country is labeled as third world doesn't mean that everything in said country is going to be third world-esque, even though that's probably not a word. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my spiel for the moment. I appreciate you guys coming through and showing love to the good dog. That means the good dog is officially out, at least Nako. Before I stop, hold on, stop. Starbucks in the Philippines. Let me address this real quick. This isn't something that I wanted to address, but I'm gonna say it real quick. The Starbucks in the Philippines. A lot of people say that the price of Starbucks in the Philippines, since that was where I was when I made this particular video, the prices of the Starbucks in the Philippines is a little bit cheaper than the Starbucks in the United States. All right, probably give or take a couple dollars or so, give or take. All right, so a long time ago, shout out to my boy Jay Black American Expat. If you go back through his video catalog, he made a video about Starbucks in the Philippines. You can Google it. I mean, you can search it in YouTube and watch it. But in that particular video, he mentioned he didn't know, because of how the prices were for the coffees in the Philippines and how they closely relate to the US and other countries. He was talking about the labor, like how much they're, you know, paying the people in reference to how much they pay labor wages in the United States. It was just a question, something that he probably knows the answer to now, but back then when he first got here, he didn't know. But if we talk about that in hindsight, if they're charging roughly the same amount that you're going to get charged in the United States, you can almost guarantee that they're not paying the wages the same as the United States. They are getting the same normal wages that you would probably find in many mall type setups, you know, sales lady type, you know, they'll probably get paid roughly about the same, maybe a little bit more because it's commercial and franchise. But I'm telling you, the people who own franchises like a Starbucks and things that are well known, you know, by name, they're making bank. Okay, these people are making some serious bank because they're bringing in a known brand. Yeah, they had to pay for it. Let's not get it twisted. They had to pay for it to get the name, to get the rights to run and operate stores under that name or under that banner. But they're making bank in the process. I remember when Starbucks first opened in Davao City, it was crazy. It was crazy, guys. I couldn't fathom what was coming until it actually came. Lines were around the building. I mean, literally wrapped around the building. The first one that opened up was in a Breeza Mall. All right. So the first ever Starbucks was in a Breeza Mall in Davao City. Then they, you know, created a standalone in a couple of other streets. And then, of course, one in SM Davao. Of course, SM Lanang, they have their own Starbucks as well. But yeah, man, just wanted to talk about that one. Just wanted to put that bug in your ear. Something to talk about in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you coming through and showing love to the good doc. With that being said, he is officially out. At least nako pa alam, which means I am going out. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.